From our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Our state's correctional centres are in the spotlight as the government considers the future of the Ashley Youth Detention site. It comes as the construction of an educational facility starts at Risdon Prison to enable more opportunities for inmates.
The first sod has been turned and work well underway. This dirt soon to house a new contemporary addition to the Risdon Prison complex.
So this project is a $19.8 million construction of a contemporary kitchen facility.
The new build will also act as a training space, providing educational opportunities for up to 70 minimum security inmates.
Just moving forward, it's a really exciting and pivotal project for our correction system because it leads to rehabilitation opportunities.
It's really important that the facility is able to give them skills that they can then transfer to the society outside of prison.
The upgrade to the prison comes more than a month after the government announced it would scrap plans to build a 270-bed Northern Correctional Facility in Deloraine.
The Northern Prison option was part of a context of decision making, including finances being important, of course, but actually we need to do more here on site.
Instead of building a new prison in northern Tasmania, the state government has opted to upgrade existing facilities, which includes installing video call technology for prisoners to connect with their loved ones.
Everybody will still be able to come visit, as they already do. We want to add another opportunity for that close connection to continue.
The government's still promising to close the notorious Ashley Youth Detention Centre, but not confirming whether the site would be considered for a new prison complex.
Let's see what happens when Ashley's decanted. We've got our eye on that piece of land.
Leaving more uncertainty for the future of our justice system. Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmania News.
Labor is calling for answers from the state government as to why the new Spirit of Tasmania vessels haven't left Finland yet. Last month, the state-owned company in charge of the ships, TT Line, took ownership of the ferries, but the opposition leader says there needs to be more transparency on their delivery.
It's already 5 years delayed, $500 million over budget, and I want to make sure that it's operating as soon as possible.
A government spokesperson says experts are working on the delivery of the vessels and will update the public in coming weeks after receiving their advice. Now, Tasmania has some of the highest rates of anxiety and depression in the nation. With 1 in 5 affected, we're all being encouraged to check in on our friends and family this Mental Health Week.
At the Botanical Gardens, many are getting their hands dirty for a good cause.
What we're really doing is encouraging people to grab a pot, to decorate it and draw on it and write on it. It might be a message that they have to themselves or to someone else.
The Mental Health Council introducing the theme to this year's Mental Health Week, Appreciate the Little Things, encouraging Tasmanians to see the positivity in the small things they do.
If we just do them with greater regularity, if we do them more consciously, then from little things, big things will grow.
She's encouraging all to embrace the therapeutic power of gardening to break the stigma and to sow seeds of hope. Health Minister Guy Barnett on board with the cause.
It's about promoting and preserving and protecting better mental health and well-being. So it's not so much focusing on the illness and the challenges, it's focusing on getting ahead of the game.
But for those in a much darker space, the Health Minister says more services are coming online across the state.
There's a whole range of new and innovative services and big plans going forward with hundreds of millions of dollars. We've got the $90 million mental health precinct in Launceston, for example.
More than 40 events will take place across the state this week, encouraging Tasmanians to take a different approach towards mental health as something we build, not just something we treat. To find the closest events near you, visit the Mental Health Council website. Sarah Benalik, 7 Tasmania News.
Peter Gutwin has confirmed he'll meet with the Prime Minister and opposition leader at the end of his walk for multiculturalism. The former Premier is powering towards the end of his 330-kilometre journey to Canberra, despite several difficult days on the road.
Now, all I want out of this is for both sides of federal politics to reaffirm their commitments to a multicultural Australia.
The National Walk follows the success of Mr Gutwin's walk around Tasmania earlier this year. A Tasmanian Kelpie is in the running to be named top dog in this year's Cobba Challenge, the competition showcasing the speed and endurance of the nation's hardest working hounds.
Man's best friend turned greatest co-worker. Rounding up a herd of sheep is no small task. It takes patience, teamwork and helpful hounds like Nell.
An old fella told me once that a good farm dog's worth 10 men on a farm, and that's 100% correct.
The hard-working 7-year-old is hoping to make it back-to-back wins for Tasmania in this year's Cobba Challenge, the competition measuring each dog's speed, distance travelled and endurance.
This year we're trying to show that your dogs don't have to work hard, they can work smart and still win this competition.
Brad's backing Nell as the pick of the litter, hoping she'll follow in some famous paw steps.
She was born in 2017, the same year that her mother won the challenge. Her name was Flo.
So far, she's coming a close second and is well ahead of the rest of the pack. No surprises for her owner.
She's just got lots of energy, always wants to give 110%.
On a farm like this one, which is 4,500 hectares and produces more than 18,000 lambs a year, a good team of working dogs to help manage the mob is worth its weight in gold.
You'd be forever sweating yourself if you had to run the kilometres that these guys do.
But something Brad's not sweating are the challenge's results.
Well, we'd be proud if we come dead last because she'd give it her all.
The winner will be announced on October 21. Annie Green, 7 Tasmania News.
Australia's beach ambassador has arrived in Tasmania in the search for the nation's best shoreline. While the Apple Isle might not be known for its warm climate, coastal veteran Brad Farmer says that's inconsequential when it comes to judging.
It's a tough job, but someone has to do it. Brad Farmer is a coastal veteran who's been studying Australian beaches for the past 40 years. He now has the job of choosing the nation's best beach and is currently on an inspection of Tasmania.
Have a little bit of focus on the northeast, around the Bay of Fires, and the whole east coast is not only accessible but probably recognised the best stretch of coast in Tasmania.
Our state has more than 1,600 beaches, so Mr Farmer will have his work cut out for him during his tour. Those fossicking on the beach at Bridport today were singing the praises of Tasmania's coastlines.
Cleanest waters in Australia. Yeah, our coastline's amazing. I don't think you could find a bad beach anywhere on the East Coast, or any coastline around Tassie.
Tasmania might not be one of the warmest places in the country, but according to Brad Farmer, that could work to its advantage, with cold water therapy now a major drawcard for international tourists because of its health benefits.
Tasmania probably has the coldest water in Australia, but there are many health benefits, from blood circulation to mental health, and there's a trend towards cold water swimming.
This year, Squeaky Beach at Wilson's Promontory in Victoria took out the title, and while Tasmania has never won the prestigious award before, it's in for a chance.
I haven't been here before. I'm from Canberra, so we don't have any beaches really close by, but Tasmanian beaches are gorgeous from what I've seen.
Melinda Ogden, 7 Tasmania News.
It's already being hailed one of the Jack Jumpers' most memorable wins, 2 late 3-pointers and an epic overtime victory on home turf. Despite the hype, the man in charge is taking the season game by game. Full-time scenes which are almost not to be.
And Tasmania have delivered a memorable victory.
The Perth Wildcats dominating the majority of the game, holding the Jack Jumpers to just 9 points in the opening quarter.
They're having a heck of a time trying to score the basketball this year, and at some point, I know it was like 23-33 or something. It was like going to the dentist's office and not getting Novocaine to get your fillings put in. It was hard to watch.
The victory looked to be in the visitors' hands until Milton Doyle came in clutch in the dying moments.
Can Milton make some magic?
Levelling the scores and sending play into an overtime thriller.
When you have the moment to do it, that's what you live for and play for.
And then along came Majuk Deng.
Majuk Deng! Got it!
Sinking a triple with just 25 seconds left on the clock, bouncing back to seal a 5-point win.
We never stop playing. We believe in one another. We back each other. We play for the next person.
With 2 wins and 2 losses early in the season, the focus now taking each game as it comes.
At some point there will be some separation amongst the group, probably in another few rounds, but you're just trying to keep your head above water at some level.
Switching sports now, but staying with the Jackies. And how about this from our original Jack Jumpers? The Tasmanian Rugby Union side has broken a whopping 6-year drought, winning their first Australian Rugby Shield game since 2018, outclassing Queensland Suburban 33-22. No such luck in their final game of the tournament though, going down to South Australia by 5 points yesterday. Tigers coach Jeff Vaughan is keeping tomorrow's batting lineup close to his chest as the team jets off for their first Sheffield Shield match of the season. Facing Victoria, Vaughan is confident they will get the win with an array of skills spread across the side.
We've got a full list of fast bowlers, we've got a spin option there, we've got all-rounders.
Australian cap player Matt Kilman could potentially suit up for Tasmania for the first time, earning himself a Sheffield Shield cap.
Good evening. Hobart and Devonport 15 today, 16 recorded in Launceston and 14 in Burnie. Friendly Beaches and St Helens both 18. We saw 15 on Flinders Island and at Maria Island. 14 for King Island, Smithton, Lowhead and Bushy Park. 13 the high for Strawn, 12 in Grove. Cool in Laiweni today, just 5 degrees. Cloudy conditions were seen over the west and far south today. In the 24 hours to 9 p.m, the highest rainfall was recorded at Mount Reid with 53 millimetres in the gauge. There are thunderstorms over parts of northern Australia and southeastern Queensland as low cloud sits over western Tasmania. Tomorrow a high will shift over southeastern SA, extending a ridge over the state and parts of the mainland. West to southwesterly winds reaching up to 30 knots about the east and south. West to southwesterly swells increasing up to 4 metres. There is a strong wind warning for coastal waters tomorrow between St Helens Point to Low Rocky Point. We have a frost warning for the Midlands. A warning to sheep graziers for the Midlands, East Coast, Upper Derwent Valley and the South East. And a bushwalkers weather alert remains in place for the Western and Central Plateau. 14 and cloudy in Hobart tomorrow, a shower or 2 for Adventure Bay, 13, 9 degrees and possible showers for Tarraleah. Partly cloudy in the north, Launceston 16, 15 the top for Devonport and 14 the maximum in Bridport. Burnie also partly cloudy 14, a couple of showers in Strawn 12, 12 also in Marrawal with cloud expected there. Becoming cloudy in St Helens 14, much the same in Swansea 15, fine and sunny for Whitemark with 13 degrees. We will welcome fine midweek conditions on Wednesday after a morning inland frost. Thursday fine before showers develop statewide in the late morning with showers contracting to the west during the afternoon. It will be fine on Friday before showers develop statewide in the late morning. They'll contract again to the west during the afternoon. Here's what's happening further north tomorrow. 32 and possible storms for Brisbane, cloudy in Canberra and Melbourne with 14 degrees. Hobart partly cloudy 8 degrees, clear in Launceston with 12, but the sun is still shining in Devonport with 10 degrees and that's all in weather tonight, Kim.
So that is all your news for now. I'll be back later with updates. Thanks for joining us. Good night.